What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Sad, man. I'm crushed. Sad and I'm crushed. I'll let y'all get in and then tell y'all why I'm sad. Most of y'all, if you really know me, you know why I'm sad and crushed right now, but you know. I'm sad and I'm crushed. I'm hurt. I'm wounded right now, man. I want to cry. I'm not going to even tell y'all to hit the like button. I ain't going to even tell y'all. I'm not going to even tell y'all why we here. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just where the conversation takes us, man, because I'm hurt, man. I'm crushed, bro. I'm crushed, man. I mean, bro, do you know how y'all should be old enough to remember Charlie Brown, the cartoon Charlie Brown, and there was a girl in the Charlie Brown cartoon named Lucy, and she would always be playing with a football. She'd be by herself in the field just playing with a football, right? Just her and the football. And sometimes Charlie Brown would ask if he could kick the football. Would she hold the football and let him kick it? And she would hold the football for Charlie Brown, and every time he would try to kick that football, she would move it. And he would fly through the air and land on his back and be all hurt, man. And he could never kick that football, bro. One time, she was playing with the football, and she was in her own world, and she didn't even see him. And she had the football just holding it up where he thought she didn't see him. And he was going to try to sneak and kick that football. And right when he got to it, she swiped and moved that football, and he flew through the air and busted his back. I feel like the Rockets are holding that football, man. And I'm Charlie Brown right now, bro. Oh my gosh, man. We don't ever, ever, ever beat that team, bro. I'm not going to even say their name. It hurts so bad. I can't even say the name of the team. We do not ever beat them, bro. And you know the crazy part about it? I tried to use history, man. I thought that history was going to kind of play on our side. And if y'all don't understand what I'm saying, I'm gonna break it down. I'm an NBA historian. I know all kind of stuff about the history of the league, man. And I was looking at it like this. Now, keep in mind, I said before the series started, once I knew we were going to play them, we never beat them. And I only worry about things that I don't have control over. When I have control over something, I don't panic. I'm good because I feel like I can make it happen. That's just my confidence. It might be, I may have delusional confidence at times, but it's just something in me, my confidence and self-belief. I always feel like if I'm involved in it, we gonna get it done. But it's tough when you can't do nothing but watch. So I was leaning on history because I had saw so many times throughout the history of the league. I remember back when the Detroit Pistons couldn't beat the Boston Celtics. Boston would beat them every year. They couldn't get over the hump. Boston would beat them every year. And then finally, Detroit broke through. Then the Bulls couldn't beat Detroit. Year in, year out. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They would eliminate Michael Jordan and the Bulls every year. Then finally, that 1 year came and the Bulls beat them, broke through. Then the New York Knicks, they couldn't beat the Bulls. The Bulls would beat them anytime they played them in the playoff series. Now, granted, Michael Jordan was retired, but they played the Bulls and they beat them. No matter if Mike was retired, technically they broke through. And then this is how my history works. This in my mind. I ain't do no research on this. This straight off the dome. Then Indiana could never beat the Knicks. Indiana could never beat the Knicks, man. The Knicks would beat them. Then finally, Indiana finally beat the Knicks. So I'm thinking, okay, well, you know what? In the last 10 years, we played this team in the playoffs 4 times. They beat us all 4 times. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? When it got to game 7, we was 3-1. I was like, we done. But when it got to game 7, I was like, okay, well, maybe we getting ready. This is going to be our time to break through like all the other teams in the past that broke through. Nope. Came home, laid an egg. Came home and laid an egg. And you know what, man? You know the only thing that's worse than losing a decisive game in a playoff series, bro? You know the only thing that's worse than losing an elimination game in the playoffs is losing it at home. Letting somebody come into your house, man, and beat you in your house, bro. And they beat us again. So I'm not feeling too good right now, man. I'm wounded. I'm wounded right now, bro. I'm so tired of that team, man. I don't know what to do. And I heard somebody say, I just read somebody say that was Skylar said Jalen Ruff out of there, bro. I like Jalen Green, man, but you might be right. They might trade him now, man, because he scored single digits in 6 out of the 7 games. You can't do that, man. Our team is scoring this year, leading scoring the team this year, and you score single digits 6 times out of 7 games. So while I don't want to see it, you could be right. I know people don't want to come on here and hear me vent about my basketball team, but that's where we at, man. I'm sorry, I can't. I'll be all right in about 2 minutes. We'll get back. We'll do the open topic. We'll get into other stuff, man. But right now, man, I'm like, I just cannot believe that we lost to these dudes again, bro. It's been 10 years, man. We started playing these dudes in the playoffs in 2015. And in 10 years, They have met 5 times in the playoffs. We have not beat them once. That's cold. Josiah, I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the donation, man. If I'm not as enthusiastic as I usually am, man, don't charge it to my heart. I mean, charge it to my. Did another open mic tonight. Oh, that's good to hear, man. Say it went amazing. Yeah, that's great to hear. I'm glad, man. Keep it up. Don't stop. Yeah, Phantom Face. Lucy used to have that blue dress on, man. She snatched that football every time. I feel like Charlie Brown right now, man. I'm out of there, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm wounded, bro. This is open topic. Jared says, if I send you $1 in the super chat, what percentage do you get? Somebody said, I've never checked this out, man. Somebody said YouTube takes like 30%. So if you send me $1, I might get 70%, 70 cents if that's true. They say YouTube takes like 30% of the money. So I don't know, man. It's open topic, y'all. Universal Mother, appreciate the love. Appreciate the donation. I thank you so much, as usual. Appreciate that. Let me see. Bo, is that before show beats? Bo for show beats? Yeah, send some beats, man. It's all love. All right, let me snap out of it. Theo says, would you do a podcast interview with Esham? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to do an interview with Esham. You got a plug? When he came to Houston the first time, I wasn't doing a podcast at the time. I don't even know if I was doing my radio show at that time. But yeah, if he ever was to come to Houston and I came across him, yeah, I'd definitely interview Esham. Open topic, y'all. Esham said artists ain't getting paid for stream. Yeah, not at all. That's been the going thing. All artists know that. We trying to make the fans know it, so we can get y'all back on buying these physical copies. And I'm trying to get artists to boycott. I just wish somebody would take this idea that I have that's a bigger name than me and take it and run with it, and let's do it. Yeah. Wolfgang says, happy floodings. What about food in your shopping centers? Oh, man. Crisis King says, we are living in the last days. Why are we entertaining bread and circus while we have Trump talking about how taxes are going to go up 67% and we will be too busy working to pray? Well, you'll be too busy working. Speak for yourself. I'll never be too busy to pray. But also, your name is Christ is King. That's your name. So if your name is Christ is King and you believe that Christ is King, why do you seem to be worried about Trump raising taxes and all this different stuff? If you believe God is in control, then God is in control. We got to do what we're supposed to do. I talk about this type of stuff all the time. But in the meantime, like I said, life goes on. You don't turn into a stressed out robot because we know what we're living in, so while I agree there are things that should not be prioritized over the time that we're living in, I ain't gonna have no stroke out here worrying about what some devils in office are doing. We got to take care of ourselves and do what we know to do for ourselves, and then we won't have nothing to worry about. Miles, I appreciate it, man. What do you say? Pain Central. My little big brother will show you up. I have no idea what you mean by that. What are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying. All right. Open topic, y'all. Jason said, keep strong, brother. They be hurt more than you right about now. I don't know. I don't think the players is hurt more than me, but I'm sure they are. I mean, you got to give them credit for a good season. They young, but we're not gonna make excuses because they didn't make excuses for themselves, man. I watched the press conferences and all them dudes stood up and said all the right things, man. So I got love for my boys, man. Yeah. My squad is the Rockets. Hmm. Christ is King, you making me have a really good point. You giving me an opportunity to make a really good point. Christ is King says, I guess that's the Charlie Brown like frustration. Still talking sports. Sports have been a distraction for thousands of years. When will we learn? Well, there are more distractions in the world than sports, number one, but also when people talk about distractions, this gives me an opportunity to speak on something because a lot of people like to make that same claim all the time. We're being distracted, bruh. Let me explain something to you about distractions. A distraction can only be a detriment to somebody who allows themselves to be distracted for long periods of time. There are 24 hours in a day. So if something takes my attention for 2 minutes, that's like when people will read something on the internet and people will say, "Oh, y'all are falling into that distraction." Everybody, well, it may take me 2 minutes to look at that, and I'm back to working, back to focusing on whatever it is what I'm doing. To accuse, I'm not saying you're accusing everybody, but to accuse everybody of being is really an insult to a lot of people's intelligence because most people have the ability to multitask and do and think about multiple things at the same time. At least I know I do. So I can watch a game for 2 hours and then be right back on the mission, especially if I wasn't doing nothing in those 2 hours to begin with. So if a person has a disdain for sports, has a disdain for movies, entertainment, or whatever it might be, then that's on you. But I'm not thrown totally out into the cosmos because I focus my attention on this for a little while and it makes me unable to still be aware of my surroundings. That would be like somebody um, reading a book at the park and they have no idea what's going around. So somebody starts doing something at the park, man, they still just locked into the book. No, I mean, we understand sport and play is the way of America, and we got to be focused enough to not get consumed by that. Of course, absolutely, in the way of the world, rather. But my mind isn't that limited to where me watching a basketball game and being upset that my team lost, which I am, just distracts me out of the universe. We got to. Silk Aura says, I got a question. What's the question? Wolfgang says, what to do when the military Air Force Nazis terrorizing also in the air? Where is this at? What you talking about? Is that XCH1? God bless you. God bless you, man, and everybody in here as well. Thank you for that. Ram V, I see you. And see, Christ is King, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. So let's talk about Trump saying he would like to be Pope and posting a meme of himself a Pope and it being retweeted by the White House. Okay. Let me go back in time. When rumors started circulating years ago that Trump was going to run for president, we all laughed. We was like, man, yeah, right. That dude, that's a joke. He's not going to run. And he's won twice. So we were wrong, those of us who thought there's no way that Donald Trump would ever become president, because I, like many other people, gave the American people more credit for being intelligent than perhaps I should have. However, that being said, if you have a thought in your mind to believe that this man would ever become the Pope, I got a question if you're really distracted. Now, and that's all I'm going to say about that. What's up, Connie? MC Josiah says, so what are some of your favorite young artists? Mine are Juice WRLD, Clever, Zilla Kami, and a few young artists. Well, they all young to me. Can't think of nobody off the top of my head, though. I'm sorry. I really can't think of any. I don't know a lot of them. I'm not plugged in like that. Uh-oh. Wolfgang, you said they send videos inside my dreaming cells. Okay. What's up, Skinny? Is that Skinny? I'm just going to call you Skinny. I can't pronounce the last word. Man, blessings to you for making it out your surgery and have a blessed recovery, man. Yep. Young Old School TV says, you think we'll see history repeat itself with music returning to lyrical skill and substance and all? It's all that lyrical skill and substance has never left. It's never left. It just got suppressed. When substance was proven to be transformative in terms of making people better, making the people better, changing lives, making the people more intelligent, waking the people up, they suppressed it. So now you don't hear it on the radio. Now you don't see it in videos and depicted on big platforms like that anymore. All you see is the madness. But it never went anywhere. All you got to do is go online. We live in the internet age. You go on the internet, or you'll find lyricism blossoming. It's more lyrical rappers now than it's ever been. And it's a bunch of rappers with substance more than it's ever been. They just suppressed it and hid it to where we can't just, everywhere we turn our head, we seeing it and hearing it. But it never left. We need to start our own streaming service, man. See, that's one of the biggest arguments I always have, with people in my circle and other folks. It's like, we just don't believe we can do it. We don't believe that we can start our own basketball league, football league, streaming service. We just don't believe we have no belief in ourselves, in each other. We have no belief. We feel like the way that it is, and those who constructed the way that it is, they are just the smartest, most intelligent. Their way is just it can't be better than their way. That's just not the facts. We just got to unify. We just got to come together and do it. And that sounds very cliche and very just generic, but it's just, it can't be said any plainer. It's a fact. I'm sorry if I misinterpreted your words, Christ King. You said Trump said we'll be too busy working to pray. My apologies for misunderstanding that. Phantom Face says, I don't watch much sports, bro, because I'm not big on fictional victory. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, tonight didn't feel fictional to me. I'm like, oh, man, not to hate on other people's pastimes or whatnot. We just need more realistic victories. And I agree, we do. We need more realistic victories. Absolutely. We need to be winning in economics. We need to be winning in social status. We need to be winning spiritually. All those ways, man. We need to be winning in terms of unity. These are things that we know. So yeah, I agree with that. But you know, I like to have a balance. I'm speaking for me. I like to have a balance of just, that's like if you worked for 24 hours on a job. You just work 24 hours straight. Sometimes you're gonna have a day off, a weekend off. You're gonna go on vacation for 2 weeks. You're gonna have to be a balance, you know. But I understand. Wolfgang, please talk about empty food products. Empty food products? What do you mean empty food products? What's going on, Jay Spore? Miles says my Pistons lost to New York at home. Yeah, man. Nothing worse than losing on your home court, your home field, man, in front of your own fans. Nothing worse, man. Universal Mother, thank you so much. Appreciate you. The universal mother of all. That's a fact. JD, what's going on, my brother? SPC2G is in the building. Say, man, what you doing? What you doing in this chat, man? Yeah, you're right. It ain't nothing wrong with a little work here and there. But knowing you like I know you, you want to work here, there, and everywhere. Hey, man, shout out. Hey, y'all. Y'all be asking about him all the time. Y'all always ask about it. It's always somebody come in this chat and ask about it, man. They're like, man, where's Greek? Where's Greek? Greek is in the chat tonight. Y'all see Roman Jones on the screen. Greek is in the chat tonight. So y'all do an OG salute, man. Y'all shout out to the homie Greek. Y'all know what the OG salute is, man. I shouldn't have to tell y'all by now. But people be asking about him all the time. They want to bring him out of retirement. I'm trying to put him in retirement ways. Yeah. Spiky says, what do you like so much about bean pie? Where do I start, man? First of all, it tastes great. Second of all bean pies are not the same because everybody that makes bean pies, they make them in their own way. The ingredients may be the same. The foundational ingredients are the same, but everybody got their own twist of how they do it. So you get a lot of good different styles of bean pie. Thirdly, which should be first, the nutritional value of a bean pie because of the nutritional value of the navy bean. The navy bean is the most potent nutritional bean that you can put in your body. One of the most potent nutritional foods that you can eat, period, in the world. containing all of those nutrients. So the incorporation of navy beans into your diet can do nothing but help you, no matter what's going on with you. And they have so many health benefits. So those are just some of the things. And I guess the last thing I would like to say I like about bean pie is that when I have bean pie in the house, it keeps me from eating a bunch of other junk that I know is real junk food. Sweets is real junk food. So it keeps me from getting cookies and cakes and other crap because I'm eating sweets, but it's good for you. Not saying you should just eat a whole bean pie one time. Yeah. Customized says, if you believe in a creator, then could it be possible that aligns it with the Copenhagen interpretation in quantum mechanics? I don't know what the Copenhagen interpretation in quantum mechanics is. I don't know. So you would have to explain what that is to us before I could even decide if I have an answer for you. Because right now I don't know what that is. Connie says, no, you're not going to be bothered about what's going on because you know God is in control. Was listening to audio optics, no such thing. You already know, but you would. Yeah, I mean, it's not to say that we don't have, it's not to say that we don't need to be focused on what's going on in the world. We absolutely need to be focused on what's going on in the world. But we don't need to let what's going on in the world drive us crazy, drive us mad, drive us insane. And you can still incorporate a level of balance in other things in your life. Not saying you get consumed with having fun. I don't want to see, I'm not going to be out at the club partying every night, you know. But yeah, the priority is the mission. But it's all right to laugh and have fun and do some different things, catch a game, go to the movies. It's all right to do that. It's okay to do that. You don't just turn into a robot because we know that this world is on the way out. We know it's on the way out. We see it every day. If you watch anything, you see the trajectory that this world is going on. So you have to have a discipline, a balance. Microphone 3. Everyone should always tell themselves decision or mine. All right. Like Crux. Whenever you write your lyrics, listen to a beat first, or do you have write out your do you write out your lyrics first? Either way, it's no set way. Sometimes I write the song first because the lyrics come to me before I get a beat. If you get an idea first and it's flowing, you're gonna write it first. You don't wait for a beat. You write it out and get that idea out while it's fresh before you forget, and then you find a beat that fits it. Now, sometimes it's tougher to find a beat to match uh, a song that you've already wrote, but you'll do it eventually. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes I get the beat first, and the beat tells you what to write. So for me, it can go either way. I know people who have to have the beat first. There's no other way. But for me, it could go either way. Dr. Fat Dabs, you like RJ Payne? I don't know who that is. Who is RJ Payne? Marty Ma. Hey, Marty, I can't explain it no better than what you just said. Marty say Trump and basketball are both just entertainment. Yeah, so yeah. A lot more at stake with what Trump is doing, but that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Only my homie Marty Marr could come with a good one like that. Yeah. Okay, Customize says, well, as more research into this theory is conducted, it's currently postulated that parallel universe or time branching occurs with each and every decision. While I'm familiar with the concept of parallel universes and things like that, I still don't understand where we're going with this, what you're asking me. You might be a little too advanced for us in here tonight, Customize. I don't know. Yeah. Jackson says everybody hates on me. Why they hating on you? Y'all don't be hating on my homie, man. Boss Don says, what do you think about artificial intelligence? Well, this is what I want you to do, Boss Don. I want you to go to my podcast called Underground Dialogue Podcast. I just put it in the chat, and just scroll back right here on YouTube. Scroll back until you find the episode where we talk about AI, the pros and cons of AI. And you'll hear some of the things that I thought about AI then that I still think now, but I've learned a little bit more since then. But subscribe to my podcast channel, find that episode, and then you'll get a feel of where I'm at with, because I couldn't break it all down just tonight. Complex Sniper, I see you. Yeah, man. Eli says, any advice you want to give someone who is wanting to become a music producer? I mean, well, the best thing I can say when you talk about becoming a producer, just like being a rapper, but a producer in particular, I believe that that's just something you just got to have in you. You got to be a gift. You don't typically just wake up and say, I'm gonna be a producer. I'm gonna start making beats. Now, in this day and age with the technology, there are people that can put it off. You can probably, not you, but people can probably deceive a lot of people because they have so many programs now, man. They got AI programs. Like we just got to talk about AI. They have so many programs that you can just basically tell the AI what you want, and it just creates the music. I want old 70s funk track with hip hop beats in it, and it'll make that. So that's not being a producer to me. That's just taking advantage of the technology. But I'm talking about if you really want to produce, I think that real producers are born, not made, not just decided upon. So if you got the gift, if you got the ear, then yeah, hopefully it'll work. Yeah. You say nobody ever asked you anything? What do you want them to ask you though? Yeah. A non-revolution says we need to prepare for what lack of resources. Yeah. Rex 84, Operation Garden Plot. World War III, stand armed, spreading garden plants, and be safe. Yeah, I agree with a lot of that. Not all of it, but yeah. I agree with most of what you said, though. MC Josiah says, so did you ever own or play a handheld game console like a Game Boy? Oh yeah, all the time. See, when we was growing up, we had all kind of handheld video games. You know, like say Game Boys and stuff like that. Um, Shout out to my homie DJ Rec. I was telling him about the handheld electronic football game on our sports podcast, Legends 34, and he went online and found one and got it. I got it right now. So yeah, we played a lot of handheld games growing up. Yep. Anon says artificial existence is almost here. Hey, yeah, man. I want a bean pie too now, JD. Y'all bringing up bean pies, man. Got me wanting a pie. Yeah. Uh-oh. Hold on. I lost my spot. Here we go. Connie said, that's what I mean, not letting it drive you crazy. God is in control, and we can still try to enjoy. Yeah. Like, don't go too crazy with it, but yeah. Don't go too far off the rails. Yeah. Jimmy says, future shock. President Zaddy, what do you know about Trump getting the crown of Israel last year and the Yanuka Ben Yehuda Shlomo? I feel like I heard somebody say something about Trump getting the crown of Israel. I don't know what that represents because, first of all, who gave him the crown if he got it? And that is the starting and stopping point, because where it came from, if that's where it came from, they don't represent the true children of that land anyway, the true children of that name anyway. So who cares? And as far as the second part of your question, the Yanuka Ben Yehuda, I don't know what that is. I keep jumping. Okay, I'm gonna stay right. I'm gonna stay in the present time. Jovan, what? Tiger Loco, don't remind me, man. I came on here depressed, man. We lost. You know what's messed up, man? It's like I knew, and I said this a few times already. When the last playoff spots was coming together, when I saw that we was a 2 seed, and I saw that the Warriors was fighting to be 8 or 7, I already knew. I said we're gonna end up with the Warriors and we're gonna lose. If we play, I knew that if we faced the Warriors, we was going out in the first round. We can never beat them. Never beat them. No matter what happens, we're not gonna ever beat them. But I ain't talking about that no more. I'm upset. Yeah. Come on, Jovan. Let me answer that question for you. I'm 54 years old. Who you think I'll pick out of those two? I'm gonna let you answer that question. Everybody on here want a bean pie now, including me. Osita, are you related to Kaiser, the South Park rapper? I don't know who that is. I'm from South Park. Who is that? I'm not saying they don't exist, but I never heard of them. Yeah. Back Porch says if you can produce, you can produce good. Yeah, produce. We had Muhammad 2G on our podcast episode that'll be airing somewhere down the line. And all producers will agree, because I've had this conversation. It's a difference between a producer and a beat maker. A producer is different from a dude who just make beats. Yeah. I haven't even asked nobody to hit the like button tonight, man. I'm depressed. I'm depressed. What's up, Hondo? What's up, Robert Henson? Said listening to Evil Machine is perfect for today. Why is the Evil Machine perfect for today? I'm just curious. We didn't annihilate the Evil Machine. The Evil Machine annihilated us tonight in a sporting way. Appreciate you sliding through, Jason, as usual. It's an open topic, y'all. Rogue Rap still waiting on the industry. It's coming. We about halfway home. It'll be coming soon. That's right, nephew. You know what it is. Y'all ain't never got to ask me who I like out of LeBron and Jordan. Come on now. You know what, Tiger? I don't say that the refs cheated us, man. The refs didn't cheat us. They just beat us. I don't see no way that the referees had nothing to do with this game tonight. I watched the whole game. They just got to get better. They can't score. Jalen Green is probably about to get traded. Yep. You say I featured him on a song. He was on the album Dope Man Music. I featured him on one of my songs. Which song did I feature him on? Because you might be right. I'm just maybe change his name. Maybe tell me what song it was. Clarissa says, I stopped following organized sports. These teams are owned by major organizations, and 99% of the players who play for a city are not even from the city. I mean, well, yeah, that's why they do the draft and all that. But a lot of those guys, they incorporate themselves into the cities that they play for. They do a lot for the community. So I don't really trip on that type of stuff. Now the ownership, yeah, I rock with you, because a lot of these dirty, evil, rotten pieces of crap owners, that's what they are. That's why I wish we would pull out and withdraw and start our own. What makes Jordan better than LeBron? Oh, where do I start? We would be here all month. And major start. See, what I tell people when we had that conversation, especially when I talk to young people, the older people have had the benefit of seeing both. We saw Jordan's whole career. We've seen LeBron's whole career. The younger people have only seen LeBron's whole career, and a lot of them go on YouTube to see Jordan, and now they got all these Jordan bashing videos out here that are influencing young people's mind like that's who Jordan. Nah, y'all ain't seen a dude like that. But it's a lot. It's a lot goes into it. Official Go Hard says most of y'all rappers today don't even sign major deals. They either what's that say? QC or signed to an indie. What's QC? I'm drawing a blank on that. But I mean, like, what is your point of saying that though? Most rappers today don't even sign major deals. Good. I don't know what your what's your point? How major is the deal, really, when you think about it? Because you ain't making no money. They not you're generating money, but they're not paying you no money. All you're receiving is some fame that if you don't know how to parlay that fame into other ways to make some real money, you're just gonna be broke and famous in the long run. Clarissa said just Jordan saying he wouldn't want to play with the other best players. He wants to beat them. Yeah, it's a mindset. It's totally different. Jordan, MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. That's just one thing, Marty. You're right. That's one. There's a video on YouTube that does a whole breakdown. They go into the details of stat, not just points, rebounds, assists. They go into like player efficiency rating, plus minus, win shares. They go into the depths of the argument, and where it can't be denied. I'm a facts guy. I don't go off opinion. I don't go off of none of that crap. I don't go by what I think and what I maybe. I go by facts. And those facts that they laid out in that video are undeniable. Even though it's a lot of people that's under the age of 30 that might deny it. Oh, quality control. My bad. Good looking out, Phantom Face. Some young people, Tigers, like, some of young people understand basketball. They understand what Jordan was. And I ain't mad if you say Kobe. Kobe gets left out the conversation, Jimmy. He gets left out the conversation a lot. They always talk about the Jordan, LeBron, Jordan, LeBron. They should be saying Jordan, Kobe. Closest thing to Jordan was Kobe, not LeBron. You said the song featured him and Zero. He called himself South Park alumni on the song. Hey, okay, all right, I got you now. Talking about. Okay, you mispronounced his name. That's my homie. His name is Kaza. Kaza. Yeah, right. I had to put that together. He was on my, I think, the Annihilation of Evil Machine album. I forgot what song it was. But yeah, that's Kaza. That's Klondike Cat's nephew. He's Klondike Cat's nephew. Yeah, he's dope. He's dope. He's had a couple of names. I forgot what his original name was. He had another name before he changed his name to Kaza. But yeah, he always was hard. Marty said LeBron never even won Defensive Player of the Year. That's true. Now, hey, that's a good point. You that athletic and been just peak all those years, you don't have one Defensive Player of the Year? And I know Defensive Player of the Year normally goes to maybe more, more bigger guys, more inside guys like Dwight Howard and Rudy Gobert, and then you got like even Draymond Green got one or two, I think. or 3. I don't know how many he got. But guards do win the defensive player. Gary Payton won defensive player of the year. Michael Jordan definitely won defensive player of the year. So LeBron is I guess, a 3 that is the size of a 4 and one of the greatest athletes that ever played the game. You didn't lock down just 1 year and go for that defensive player of the year. Dennis Rodman won defensive player of the year as a wing defender. Now, granted, I don't think Kobe ever won it either. But that's what makes Jordan Jordan. Rogue says, why don't, is that Rouge or Rogue? I don't want to mispronounce your name. Why they don't put you up there with MF Doom, West Side Gun, ASAP Rocky? Why don't who put me up there with them? Who is they? And where is up there? Like, what do you mean? Like, where are they at that I'm not at, in your opinion? I appreciate the love, though. Jordan was allowed to be the best individual player every year by leading and scoring, and LeBron has to be a sinister best. What is a sinister best? What is that? And Jordan wasn't allowed to be the best. He was. He made himself. Nobody let Jordan be Jordan. Yeah. That's right, Phantom Face. Y'all see my championship rings? They're invisible. Y'all can't see. Yeah, yeah. Clarissa said, who would you consider Houston's first MC? That's a good question. I would start with Wicked Cricket. That would be the one that I would give that crown to. That would be my pick. Now, if somebody came along and was doing it around the same time as Wicked, or maybe before, I have no knowledge of that. But the first celebrity rapper out of Houston that I ever known back when I was a young dude, when I was a young puppy, it was OG Wicked Cricket, hands down. Yep. Falcon 87, have you ever heard of a rapper called Low Key from the UK? Yeah, absolutely. Low Key hard. I've been knowing about Low Key for years. Vincent says, went to the beach today. It was packed. Everybody was there, all nationalities, classic cars, lowriders, bikers. A good time was had by all. Barbecue filled the air. That's good, man. We need more of that. LeBeau says, you have one of the greatest minds here, folks. Don't waste it on sports. I started the sports conversation, LeBeau. I appreciate it, love. But I'm hurt, man. My team lost tonight. I shouldn't be hurt because I knew they was gonna lose. Man, Jason Jones, I cannot remember. He said, what song did I sample for the song Illusions? I can't remember, man. I remember like yesterday pulling that record out of the stack of records that my dad used to have. And actually that original song, that sample the original song that I sampled that from was actually way slower. I sped it up. I sped it up, but I cannot remember where that came from. And somebody asked me that a while back. I can't remember. I can't remember. And I have no clue because it wasn't a well-known artist or group. It's just a record I found. See, back in the day, we was always looking for dope samples. So I would go through all these records and I hear a little piece and I heard that piece. I was like, ooh. But I don't remember who it was, man. I wish I did. I wish I did. K's umbilical cord was an auxiliary wire. Yep, I said that. God's dummy. That's a whole line there. Chris P, what's going on, man? Have you listened to the Sons of Razkaz, the group Coast Con? The Sons of Razkaz? Those are his real sons? Wow. Okay. Yeah, man, if you can figure it out, please let me know. Tiger says, Still Post, DJ Screw. Oh, man, I love Still Post. Let me explain something to y'all, man. Still Post dropped one of the greatest albums ever. In 1984, they put out an album that was like a billion years ahead of its time called Earth Crisis. I still listen to that album. Still Post, man. I memorized the whole Still Post album back in 1993 when we was on the road doing a promotional tour. And I can tell you what we was listening to predominantly. Still Post was probably the main album we listened to when we was on the road back in those days, that Earth Crisis album. And oddly enough, Anita Baker. Yeah. On the phone with Tyrone. What is that, Chris P? I don't want to mispronounce your name. Is that Yaramayahawa, band guide? You're my favorite artist. Thank you, man. Your lyrics and storytelling is on another level. Plus, the conscious man. Appreciate that, King. Salute to you. Blessings to you, man. I'm trying to be versatile. Trying to be a rapper when I grow up. Yeah. Temple of Bars. Yeah, I think I'm familiar with those guys, man. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, I know. They be breaking down the bars and stuff. Yeah. Shout out to them guys, man. Open sesame. Here comes Rastaman. Man. I am K-Rino's alter ego, and everybody hit the like button now. You notice I hadn't asked nobody to hit the like button tonight. I'm too depressed. Should have asked y'all to hit the win button. I know this open topic a little dry, man. I know it's dry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all go check out the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast and the latest episode of Legends 34. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, guys. The post office is closed on the weekends. So I got you. Daniel Lou. What it do, Daniel Lou? Oh, you say on the phone with Tyrone used to come on the radio between the music on Magic 102 back in the 80s. Wow. I don't remember that. I was around. Clarissa, have you ever kept in touch with Pharaoh of Street Military? No, I haven't spoken to Pharaoh, but I always get secondhand information from his brother. Shout out to Skibo, who posts a lot online about how him and Pharaoh have been writing lately. You know, I always hear different people who were locked up with him and things of that nature. So, from what I understand, he's doing good. Yeah. What up, Kevo? Kevin Robinson in the building. Jimmy said it took me a while to figure out that was you on Point Blank's Reckless. I thought that was a real. You know, I used to do my reggae thing back in the day. If you listen back in that era, man, it was a bunch of songs that I was doing reggae and stuff on back in the days. Think about it. I did the reggae, like you said, on the Reckless song Point Blank. It's another song Point Blank had called No One Can. I think I did some reggae on that. I got a bunch of some of my own songs. I used to do a lot of reggae back then because like I said, I was listening to reggae back in the days, man. I was listening to Gregory Isaac, you know, in different groups, different reggae groups back in the days, man. I was influenced by a lot of this stuff, so I would incorporate it into some of my hooks, and every now and then I might do a reggae verse or something. I need to bring it back. Yeah, the Strangler. Yeah, man, I need to bring it back. The song with Willie D. Yeah, You're Still Black. I was on my reggae stuff back then. It's proven. Y'all mentioning songs I forgot about. Yeah, man. I was big. I used to listen to a lot of reggae back then. Somebody made a tape for me. I don't know if I made that tape myself or somebody had to make that because I didn't know no reggae radio stations. But I just had this tape with a bunch of reggae songs on a cassette tape. Might have been an old Centron tape. Just saying. Is your rapper name patented? No. Don't try to steal it. Azazel says, okay, since you like reggae, what do you think of the current divide between American blacks and Caribbean blacks online? I didn't know it existed. I didn't know we doing that. I've known for decades about the divide between blacks in America and blacks from Africa that were currently in the motherland and moved over here. You know, I know how they look at us. Some of them look at us, but I didn't know that we was funking with our Caribbean brothers and sisters. I think that if that's the case, again, we gotta learn history. We one and the same. See, when you saying blacks in the Caribbean, what people don't understand is that we are all from the continent and we were dropped off in different spots. So the Caribbean was one of the first places that some of us were broken in, dropped off. But we are no different genetically there and here. So for us to be beefing and funking with each other is senseless. It doesn't make sense, whatever it might be about. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, Jimmy. KRS-One definitely. And KRS-One reggae had an influence on me doing reggae as well because he definitely did a lot of reggae. Spice One too. No doubt, Spice One definitely did as well. Yeah. Azazel says it's extremely silly, but this is happening online. Well, yeah, but it's so much going. You got to think about the black gender war that's going on right now. We got a whole gender war going on um, in our community where black men and black women are just carrying themselves. Some are just carrying themselves like we just absolutely hate each other, and we have no hope without each other. No hope. That's more detrimental than anything. The division of the black man and the black woman. We're negating our future doing that. We got a large group of Haitians at work. They seem to stay to themselves. Yeah, and for whatever reason, I don't know. Hmm. Stockholm syndrome after the drop off. We the ones with Stockholm syndrome over here. I can't speak for over there, but over here we got Stockholm syndrome like crazy. We love our oppressor. We feel like our oppressors are the bee's knees. It can't get better than what they got. We can't do it. That's the thought process of a lot of black people. The oppressor is like he's the man. We're falling in love with our captor. It can't get no better than what we got it over here because this is the best it gets. Look what we got. Look at all this nothing that he gave us. It's a teaching from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that says we love the devil because he gives us nothing. We think the nothing is something, but the something ain't nothing. It's crazy. Yep. Yeah, Zero be on that reggae. Cat definitely be on that reggae. RJD Agrela, what's going on? Have you ever heard, what's that? Is that Nage Kalandra song? It's with your beat. It's with my beat, or is it a song that I sampled that somebody else sampled too? Is that Dangel Cola? What do you mean it's with my beat? Is it a sample I use that they use too? Yeah. And is that the name of the song or is that the group? You got to give me some more information. Open topic, y'all. I know I'm a little dry tonight, man. I'm sorry, man. I'll be better next time. I'll be better. I go to the square a lot back in the 80s. What square? Now keep in mind back in the 80s, now the early to mid 80s, I was still, a juvenile. I wasn't running wild, but so what's the square? Later on, I might have went to the Cinder Club a few times. Oh, Wesley Square. Yeah. I mean, not in the 80s. Up in the 90s, I would make a few appearances in Wesley Square. In the 90s, definitely. Wesley Square, Jailhouse Apartments. Yeah, I would definitely. There may be some sightings of me But it definitely was some sightings of me. Yeah. Birth of a Nation is a great movie. Is that the Nat Turner Birth of a Nation? Never met George Foreman, Clarissa. Yeah. Man, okay. You was living in Western Square in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I was there in the 90s. I'll give you a fun fact. I actually lived in Wesley Square for like 1 week back in the late 90s. And that's all I'll say about that. For 1 week, I actually lived in Wesley Square. Oh, he used the instrumental of Last Letter. See, that might have been a sample. I got to look back, and I know that was on the Annihilation of the Evil Machine album. Sometimes, if it wasn't, it might have been a sample that we used and that somebody else used. Yeah. Okay. That's dope. The 24th is a movie of an all-black army sent to Houston, Texas. It said Bone, is that BOAN, is about Civil War, and 24th is early 1900. I'm looking for something new to watch. Walter Wilson, My Bloodline, The Good Reverend Turner. Yeah, I stayed up for 1 week. It didn't have the 1 week didn't have nothing to do with Wesley Square. It didn't have nothing to do with the area, the place. It just my circumstance dictated me being there for 1 week. EDJ, I see you. Hmm. Yeah, man, we won Houston, man. Daniel Lou says, "What is your idea of heaven?" Um, Heaven, as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, is a condition. It's a condition of mind. It's a condition of reality. I don't believe heaven to be a place that you go to when you die. That's up in the clouds, up in the sky. I don't believe in that. I got a song called Heaven and Hell. You go listen to that song, you'll kind of get an idea of what I believe heaven is. Heaven is to be enjoyed right here where you can experience it and enjoy it, like a lot of other people are living a heavenly life right now while they breathing oxygen and got blood pumping through their veins. Eddie J, have you seen the movie Sinners? Not yet. I'm going to see it. I received on good authority that I should go see it, so I'm gonna go see it. Yeah. The spook that sat behind the door. Phantom Face, I still want to know who's the oldest SPC member. It might be Deuce Twice. He might be the oldest. Deuce got to be closing in on 60. Yeah, it might be Deuce. I'm guessing. What year did that Birth of a Nation come out? Because I know they had one that was about Nat Turner. I think that was called Birth of a Nation too. I think they banned that movie or something. But then if you go way back, that was a movie, one of the first early films back in the silent film days. They made a movie called Birth of a Nation. And you talk about one of the most racist, horrible, evil movies that was ever made. This came out in like 19, Look up Birth of a Nation from the silent era. Somebody give me the actual year that came out. I don't want to say the wrong year, but there's a movie called Birth of a Nation. It's a silent film, and boy, they was dope. Boy, it was like the plot was so racist, and they were destroying and terrorizing black folks, and it was horrible. It was like the language, they have the subtitles on the silent movie. I mean, it was a reflection of the era and the time that we lived in, because it was so blatantly racist, and it was okay for them to say all manner of things. Find 1950. Okay, somebody said 1901. Somebody said 1915. I think the 1915 may be more accurate. I don't know when actual motion pictures um, had hit, you know. Yeah, so 1915 seems to be more accurate. Yeah, that's right. And that was the early days of Hollywood, you know. That movie there, I don't even know if it's still out, if you can still see it. I don't know if it's on YouTube. It may be, maybe not. They don't want the world to see that movie, boy, because that was a reflection of America's mind, that white supremacist mind that they had back in the day, and they pulled no punches. They even had black people in the movie. It was horrible. So if that's the original Birth of a Nation. No, I don't believe in an afterlife. I don't believe that when you die, some spirit floats out of your body and goes up into heaven or down into hell. I don't believe in purgatory. I don't believe you're waiting around for nothing to happen. People that died 5,000 years ago are all sitting around waiting, for the ultimate judgment to come. Judgment is coming, but what if you died 4 million years ago? What if you died 10 million years ago? There were people on the earth 10 million years ago. So if there's this waiting room, as some believe, or some believe that you're just in a state of I wouldn't say unconsciousness or whatever, but yeah, that's the best term I could use. It's like that's a lot of people. So no, I don't believe in the afterlife in terms of your spirit go. I believe that God gives you one life, and you got to make the most out of that. There's no definitive evidence that can determine that there's a place you go to. Where is it? Where's the place? And anybody who would say that there is a place, they're guessing. So we believe that you get a body that's designed to live for 1,000 years, not 120, but we've destroyed life expectancy. We've destroyed lifespan to where boys is checking out earlier than what they should be checking out. But if you know anything about scripture, men were living 600, 700, 800 years. And so some people say, oh man, that's fairy tale, that's fantasy. That's not, no, it's not fairy tale, it's not fantasy. It's attributed to a dietary law that men followed during those times. Men weren't eating at McDonald's 5,000 years ago. Boys wasn't snorting cocaine and that I know of, and buck wilding out here like they are now, and destroying your organs and your lungs and smoking cigarettes, and that was a dietary law that was in place. Boys wouldn't eating pig feet. So that was a greater preservation of life, which gave your life, which extended the lifespan, and over time that lifespan just dwindled to now you think your grandmother was old because she died at 85 years old, and she's old by this world standards, but she's not old in the grand scheme. She's not old at all. What would Methuselah say to an 85-year-old? An 85-year-old to Methuselah when he was 600 would be like, it's a baby. We look at you as a baby, you know. So If everybody's dying and floating up to heaven or floating down into hell, you got to be able to prove that. You got to be able to prove that that's what it is and that's what's going to happen. See, that's the fairy tale. See, that's what they used to tell the slaves before, when the slaves were questioned when we would ever be free. Oh, you're going to get your reward when you die. When you die, you're going to go to heaven. But right now, we need you to be a good slave. Go out there and pick this cotton. You'll get your reward when you're dead. But the question is, Massa, are you going to be that too? Because if I'm a slave down here on earth, does my position change when we get to heaven? Or when we get to heaven, and man, I'm fine in heaven. You're going to tell me that, hey, okay, yeah, I'm glad I've been waiting on you. He died 10 years before you did. Yeah, I've been waiting on you. Go in there and get my slippers. Go bring me a bowl of milk and honey. Something don't make sense about that. Oh, my fault. The slave master going to hell. Yeah, I mean, and that is true. There's a lot of people that the life expectancy on a whole has dwindled. It's dwindled. But you got to look, even in today's time, you get to 128. That's like amazing in today's time. But even if you are just living the most healthy life, see, there's still poison in the air. There's still poison in the water. There's still so many things that can impose itself upon life expectancy and lifespan. So, yeah, 128 is amazing because they're away from what we're indulging in, but it still don't compare. It still don't compare. Like I said, 80 and 90 is amazing these days. Melchizedek, having no beginning or ending. I see you, Vince. Spikey says you'll rest in peace later if you suffer here now. The joke's on you, Jack. The joke's on you. That's what they used to say. Then they would go to scriptures and say, see right here, the slave should always obey his master. Lewis, Edward, Francis, David, Michael, Mills. Man, you got a lot of names, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, you got a 6-piece name, brother. Never seen me on live, man. Well, welcome. I hope you don't be no stranger. Click that notification, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification. That way, when I come on, hopefully, YouTube will notify y'all, because YouTube be hating on me for some reason. I'm like my man in the early on said, they be hating on me. They be hating on me. They be hating on me. Walter Wilson, just curious, what's your fondest memory of AC Chill? I got too many. I couldn't tell you one, bro. I just couldn't. It's too many memories of AC, man. There's too many. I could write a freaking book. We still laugh about some of the stuff that AC did. It's crazy, man. Phantom Face said we trying to get to 100 likes. See, I ain't even been pushing the likes tonight. I ain't even been pushing it. Where is it at? 79, 21 more likes. I haven't even been pushing the likes tonight, Phantom. I let it ride, man. Okay, he said it's a K-Rino rap style name. Okay, I got you. That's your real name? Wow. I got you, Phantom Face. I appreciate that, man. Kevin said they be sending notifications late. I believe that. I believe that. They send notifications after the live is over, huh? After the live is gone. Got to do an Earth, Wind, and Fire remix. Yeah. Yeah. The 2016 is the one about Nat Turner. I couldn't find it. Oh, wait a minute. Did I see that movie? I think I saw that at the movies. I think I saw it. Chris P., do you subscribe to a strict diet? If so, do you go to a specific place to get your produce? No, I mean, I don't have a strict diet because if my diet was really, if I was really that strict on myself about my diet, I wouldn't eat as much sweets as I eat. But I do try to eat one meal a day, one good meal a day, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches and how to eat to live. One meal a day. Eating 3 and 4 times a day is not good for you. I don't care what they told us. That's not true. So you get one meal a day to give your body time to digest that meal and be prepared to receive another one. But like I say, in my case, I got to stop eating so much junk. I got to leave them cookies and cakes and stuff alone. You know, just keeping it a buck with you. But you say, do I go to a specific place to get your produce? I mean, but these days you just really don't know. You can't trust. So yeah, I go to Whole Food, which is supposed to be the healthy spot, but you don't know. Whole Food ain't guaranteed to be, because they tamper with so much of everything that you just don't know. You just gotta do the best you can. But I'll go in HEB and get some produce, something like that. But you just don't know. You just got to do the best you can with vegetables and hope that you hitting it. Best you can with fruits. Best you can with your fish and your chicken. You got to do the best you can. Just got to hope. You got to read. Then you got to hope that you can trust what you're reading. I said, well, I read ingredients. Yeah, I read ingredients too, but you don't know if they lied on the ingredients. This the world we live in. This the country that we live in. Um, they are dirty, man. They put ingredients in this crap just to try to slow death you. And then we get addicted to that crap because we like the taste of it. And at some point, we don't even care that it's bad for us. We gonna eat it anyway. We gonna drink it anyway. See? So we like I say, we messed up. America got us messed up. Then what happens is when people try to tell you, hey man, nah, man, leave that alone. No, man, I ain't stop eating that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to hear it until the doctor tell you. And when the doctor say, okay, we're gonna have to cut out 23% of your colon. So what I need to do, doc? Oh, now you want to know what you need to do. See, we backwards because we trust our oppressor. Pork is the new white meat. Well, the white meat ain't even good for you. Yeah. Lewis says, Allah gives us plants because it's harder to make it sick with our stupid. And I mean, we got to know what plants are right for us to eat. We got to know what beans are right for us to eat. They put soy in everything. Soybeans, we shouldn't be eating soy, but they put it in everything. No, what's that sauce where the lady say, I put that on everything. They put soy in everything, man. Chris P says big difference between Canadian food and U.S. food. Big difference between U.S. food and the whole world. I told y'all a while back about the Quaker Oats box that they showed from the UK and the one they showed in the US. And the UK one only had like 2 or 3 regular ingredients in it. Oats, flour, I don't know what it was, like 3 ingredients. The US box, same product supposedly, paragraph that long of ingredients. Why y'all putting all this stuff in? I was at Buc-ee's one time, and they used to have a fish sandwich in Buc-ee's that tasted pretty good. I don't know how good for you it was, but they discontinued it. So I was in Buc-ee's one time, and I was looking for something I could eat, and they had a vegetarian burrito. So I said, oh, wow, they got a veggie burrito. I might get that. But me being me, I'm going to stick. Hold on, wait a minute. Young Widget, you out of there. I want y'all to look at Young Widget's comment. Look at Young Widget's comment, and let's factor in the fact that he came to my live to say that, because apparently he knows the hate that I have for this team. So you got to go, Young Widget. You can come back. You can come back next week, but you got to go on that one. No, we're not doing. Y'all ain't finna troll me on my team tonight. That ain't finna happen tonight. Any of y'all Warriors fans that want to come on here playing with me tonight, you're gone. Take this very serious. All you Warriors fans that want to come, bye. Take that. Go celebrate. Y'all go celebrate. Y'all won. Go celebrate. Don't bring that to me. Made me lose my thought. I think I was talking about the ingredients of the food. Tyler Norton says seed oils are horrible for us. Yeah, I mean, so the United States, man, we live in a wicked, dirty place, man. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand, man. Okay, Phantom Face, you campaigning, man. We need 10 more likes. Wow. I'm gonna let you do it, Phantom Face. I'll just relay your words. Azazel says, will you ever work with Jay Electronica? I mean, if he ever wanted to work, I would work. I don't know. I would work with pretty much everybody, man. You know, it's only, I can't think of nobody I wouldn't work with. Yeah, I mean, Chris said, I remember you ate that cake on the live. I'm like, shh, don't bring that back up. Okay, I see you, Lewis. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. We'll get these 10 more likes if we can get them. Yeah. What's up, John Mendoza? Walter says, after Cain killed Abel and God cursed him so the earth would not produce for him, what do you think he ate? And do you think there would have been no consequences? I don't know what he ate. I know that just common sense, if a man is not able to produce anything out of the ground from his own hands, he would eat of what somebody else produced. You know, if you had a garden and none of your food would grow, would not your mother feed you? Your brother, well, not his brother, but somebody would feed you, would eat from some other source. I asked about Jay Electronica because his lyrics are somewhat heavy on the Islamic content. Jay Electronica is a big uh, supporter of the nation. Yeah, he got love for the nation. That's one of the reasons I got love for him. Yeah. Washington, D.C. used to be called Rome of the Potomac. Hmm. Well, it's the headquarters of Babylon now. It's the modern day Babylonian headquarters. That's right, Vincent. God is able. Yeah. Okay, Phantom Face, can you bring us home? Can you bring us home? I'll get out your way. Battlefield says, love me some red beans and white beans. Yep. If you can incorporate red beans and white beans, navy beans, not no lima beans and nothing like that. If you can incorporate that, you'll be better for it. You'll be better for it. She's strange and I like it. I'm quoting Phantom Face. He said, come on with it, chat. Phantom Face is trying to get us to 100 likes. Yep. I don't think beans are that hard to cook. I don't think beans are that hard to make. What's my favorite place to eat in Houston? I don't want to say. I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure, but I shouldn't eat so much of it. That's pasta. Shouldn't eat so much pasta, but I eat a lot of pasta. What's some 90s Texas rap to recommend me to listen to? Uh, you got to get up on some Big Mellow. I'm sure you're familiar with Scarface and all that, but get up on some Big Mellow. Um, who else? Anybody I would name, y'all would know. Y'all help me out. 90s rap, Texas rap. The homie Cottonmouth out there in Dallas. Help me out, man. Street Military, definitely. Good one, Jimmy. Street Military. Mr. Mike, definitely. See, boys, why you asking, you shall receive. Mr. Mike, Street Military. Yeah, man. Hot sheets with cheese. What is that? What is some food? You hitting it with some early Zero. Zero came around 98. Gen Z, silent as a graveyard. Terrorists. What's that? Territory. That I don't know what that is, Chris. Yeah, there we go. Big Mellow, Cottonmouth, Street Military, Mr. Mike. Is somebody I'm forgetting though? EDJ say anything rap a lot. Dead End Marty Marr said Black Monks. Yeah, no question. Walter ESG, Lil O. Mr. Mike got a new one. Shout out to Mr. Mike. 3-2. Fifth Ward Boys, Young Juveniles. Fifth Ward. They got Fifth Ward Juveniles. DMG. Yeah, man. Too Much Trouble. Oh, no, I ain't eating no Cheetos. Lucci. Who is Lucci? Big Steve. Yeah. Oh, I got you. I got you, Chris. Okay, I got it now. Yeah, good looking out. Fat Pat. We need 5 more likes. 4 more likes. It's showing 5 on my end. That ain't gonna cheer me up though. I ain't gonna lie, I'm messed up, man. This one gonna sting for a while. Xavier says, "What's up? Just moved to Texas last week. Trying to come see you live in Austin. Where you at? You in Austin? You living in Austin? PKO from San Antonio. Good looking out, Matt. RJ says Necro. Lil Kiki, of course. John says, are you still performing concerts? I had a concert last night. I had a show here in Houston last night. It was dope. Oh, yeah, you in Austin, Xavier? Okay, yeah. Next time we come out that way, or next time we do something big down here in Houston, yeah, come on down. If I knew this a couple of days ago, I would have told you could have came to the show last night. We had a dope show last night. The Rippler. Who passed away? Mr. Mike got a new album. Okay, I didn't know that, man. Yeah. Okay, Phantom Face, you getting us there. We almost there. I'm seeing 4 more. Mr. Pookie. Mr. Pookie and Mr. Lucci in Dallas. What's my man name? Hard. Man, what's my dude name? I'm sorry. I ain't gonna try to say the name and mess it up. I did a show in McAllen a couple of years ago. I want to come back. It was dope too. Joseph Milak, what's going on, man? Glory to the Most High, no doubt about it. Miles said Lansing, Michigan is a solid spot. I visited a spot where they killed Brother Malcolm's father. Man, salute. I'll be in Detroit next month. So anybody in Detroit area want to come see me. It is what it is. We got to get the website back up. Xavier, it's coming. I say that every week, but it's coming. Chris says, I don't have to tell you, but don't focus on U.S. promotion. Focus on Japan and the UK. Man, you know what's crazy, Chris, man? It's like I've never had a big fan base in Asia. I got one fan in Japan, been rocking with me for years. One. I can't ever remember sending any music to China. That's weird. That's the only fan base that I've never had any like fan base. The DOC, there you go. Battlefield just hit with a strong one. Definitely the DOC. Yeah. We need 3 more likes. Klondike Cat, of course. Anything South Park Coalition. You just put South Park Coalition. Yeah. Hustler E. Wow. Yeah, I remember that Way Cocaine album, man. Hustler E. Boy, I ain't heard that name in a while. There you go, Marty. Yeah, anything South Park Coalition. And that goes for today, not just from the 90s. The Murder Fiend. Plan on doing a birthday show again. What is this? This is May, June, July. Oh, man, time going fast. Seems like I just did that show. Man, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna start doing exclusive shows that are invite only. I keep you posted, Murder Fiend. Start doing like invite only. That's why I like to have my contact list. So I can have y'all in my contact list and I can reach out. I'm gonna start doing my shows at secret locations. I'm gonna do a couple of secret location shows to where you gotta have a special invite or a special code. I read something. I saw something about Lamar Hunt and Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but I don't know enough about what that is. And then I don't get into the propaganda side where people start claiming stuff that isn't true and all kind of crap. So I would have to look more into that. Yeah. Yep, it's showing 3 more likes on my end, Phantom Face. Come on, bring us home, Phantom Face. Bring us home. It's a shame we got a campaign for likes. Man, I appreciate you, Spiky. My dude. Lewis said Asia is hard to market to. You need to package it with something so Asians can do a dance or buy a plushie. What's that? A sumat? Well, I've known people who've broken into that Asian market. It's just weird because Asia is a big hip hop continent. China and Japan are big hip hop nations. So I never understood why I never popped off in Asia. It's like, no, it's weird. John, did you see my email when I put right there? I want you to send me an email tonight so I can add you to the contact list. And I'm gonna be reaching out to all of y'all soon. Trust me. I got one Japanese fan, Vince, been ordering my music for years. That one fan. Shout out to him. Got number love for you. We need 2 more likes too, I see. I see you, Phantom. Houston representative, what did you think of Lil Bean's flows? All of them were freestyles from what my pops told me. You know what? It's been so long, man. I don't even remember hearing Bean. I know Bean, and I know he locked up right now, but I couldn't honestly tell you what I recall about any of his flow. It's been that long. OG style, come on, Kevin. OG style, man. Absolutely, man. The original E. Man, I know how to play him. Big Hawk. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. DEA dead in the lines. Yeah, no question about it. What's my favorite countries to visit? Everyone I've been to, man. Um, Australia was beautiful. We went at a great time of year. I had fun in Canada the first time, but it was super cold. Second time, not cold at all, so I was good. Um, Everywhere I went, man. Finland, the UK. I love them all, man. Have you tried reaching out to Australia? I got a pretty good fan base in Australia. Like I said, I've been to Australia. They showed me nothing but love. Yeah. That's a good idea, Lewis. Somebody make some anime. All y'all technology specialists. Ain't TikTok from Asia? The Dayton family, they from the Midwest, right? Grim. Y'all go check out the interview I did with Grim and Shadow on the Underground Dialogue podcast. Said Grim is one of my day one favorites along with you. Okay, you saw it. Okay, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, we shouldn't even have to say the Ghetto Boys. We shouldn't even have to say Ghetto Boys. Okay, Lewis. What part of Australia you in? Okay, Phantom Face, you got to do your thing, man. I'm repeating any of your words. Do you listen to any New York rappers? Yeah, we came up on New York rap. Man, Crime Boss. There you go, man. Are you touring? Is that Minnesota soon? No plans to come to Minnesota, but you never know. Is that hot chocolate? Yeah. Come on, Phantom Face, we need you. Freddie Gibbs, I've heard a few of Freddie Gibbs songs. Gibbs can rap. No dispute. I got a homie that's real big on Freddie Gibbs, and he was like, man, you need to check out Freddie Gibbs. And at that time I had only heard the name circulating, but I went and listened. I heard about 3 or 4. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, my homie was right. Final Face said we about got it. Okay, Queensland. Okay. I was in Adelaide and Sydney. Yeah. PSK 13. Anything South Park Coalition. Do I like Big L? Yeah, Big L was hard. Big L was a punchline specialist. Big L got punchlines from way back then that was super hard right now. I remember one good side. Let me bring us home, man. If there's anybody in here that have not hit the like button, click that like button right now. Let's get this one like. We're sitting on 99 likes. If you're in here right now, whether you're in the chat or just sitting around watching it, if you haven't hit the like button, click it right now, man, so we can get over this 100, y'all. And 99 is starting to annoy me. There you go. Thank y'all. Whoever did it. Whichever one of y'all that was, man, I wish y'all $10 million tomorrow. I don't want but 500,000 of it. 50-50 twin, Chameleonaire. Have I ever worked with Big Noid from New York? No, I have never worked with Big Noid. Shout out to Big Noid. I remember Aquilio. Aquilio was from Texas. Xavier, please, Xavier, don't mention anything about that game tonight. I did all my crying and stressing at the beginning of this live. I don't want to talk about that game no more. No more. No more. Lack Dub, nope. Never heard of Lack Dub. Father Star. Shout out to Lack Dub though. What was the best on stage moment I had? Hot chocolate. Probably when I went to Finland the first time. and just the reception that I received when I came out on stage, I felt like the place was felt like the building was rocking. It was an ovation like no other. Australia was right there too, though. Australia was like really, really close. Yep. Did I hear about the stolen military equipment during the California wildfires? It included an armored Humvee with a 50 caliber machine gun mount that's still missing. Somebody got it. Somebody got that thing, and they trying to figure it out. Definitely faculty. Definitely Matt Grace. Yeah. Why do you think Europe and other countries appreciate real hip hop more than Americans, even though it started here? That's a good question. I've always wondered that. I think this is just my opinion. I think they don't allow themselves to get caught up in the fluff, in the hype, in the artificial marketing. They don't allow themselves to get injected with the artificial hype marketing needle. Over here, we so easily manipulated. Um, if a song's on the radio all the time, it's automatically a great song. You know, if a guy's signed to this big label and oh, he's automatically great. He can pay for all the commercial ads and all the spots, and so he's great. And he might be, but he might not be. I think they stick more to the essence. You know, they focus more so on what you're saying, not how you look saying it. You know, and that's art. That's longevity within those lines. It's like, you know, people can fool you with accessories, but when they strip all this stuff away, we want to hear if you can actually rap. And I know for a fact, and like you say, those countries, they're big on just the essence of it all. They're big on the essence of it all. And what's funny about that is like even over here in the US, they'll buy into that from a visual, but even in today's age, they're not even buying the music, you know. So yeah, they just have a deeper love for the essence of hip hop, and you can't fool them with the flash and the glitz. You can't fool them with that. I love that. That crap don't mean nothing to me. Microphone check. I heard about that movie. What was that about, man? Microphone check. Chris P says similar to why they appreciate blues and original rock and roll more than America. Yeah, they just have a deeper love for the music in its pure form. They don't let the commercialization of the music affect their love for the organic art. That has messed the game up. The business and all that messed the game up. It's the business part of it, yeah, but it's messed the game up because those who run the business are messed up. Anytime that the corporations take something and commercialize it, that's where the term the watering down of it, that's where that comes from. When you water something down, it's not the same. People who go to the club, they don't like their drinks watered down. Nothing is better watered down. Uh, Drinks ain't better watered down. For those who like to drink, they like their stuff strong and pure. If your gasoline is watered down, you're not getting pure gas and you're not getting the most out of your gas. See? If your music is watered down, you're not getting the best music. It's plain and simple. It's not in its pure form. What's up, Diaz? Oh, Diaz. Yeah, see, the media and the labels, they are all about the commercialization and the way that they use the music to work against the people. They turn it as a tool. They make it into a weapon against the people. Not many see that. So if baby girl want to get naked and rap some meaningless lyrics about how good her coochie is, and you gotta pay for me if you want me, and baby boy want to talk about how many people he gonna kill, and if it sells, then guess what? It's okay because it's selling. That is the most ignorant thought process in the world. It's selling. Crack sold too. Crystal meth sells too. Do that make it good for the people? But you got people like Leor Cohen. You got people like Lucian Grange. You got just evil demons that run the music industry and hip hop in particular. They have a hand on it. They don't care about you, your children. They care about money. And if sacrificing black people and as Minister Farrakhan says, manipulating our ignorance, because we ignorant enough to keep putting that kind of stuff together for them. If that generates money for them, they cool with that. Leo Cohen said, hey, I got people to feed. I got people to feed. If it comes down to talent versus, I think it said talent versus uh the community or something. I forgot what he said. I'm gonna take talent every time. You a devil if you think like that. If it kills people, hey, it kills people. If it turns people's daughters into whores, hey, I made some money. Let's turn your daughter into a whore. See? Oh, not my daughter. Your daughter, not mine. Your daughter can be a whore if I make money, not mine. Yeah, but yours might become one. See? That's not cool. That's insane. Hey man, y'all drop y'all locations, man. Roxanne almost went gold without a record deal. Hey man, look, Chris, you know we live in H-Town. We done seen cats sell 100,000, 300,000 without a record deal, just being on the independent label. How many you think Kiki first album sold? Don't Mess with Texas. How many mixtapes you think Flip sold before he got a deal? Boys was making bread long before these record labels came around. That's why they're getting rid of physical copies. That ain't no accident. I had to figure that out. I'm like, well, oh, okay. When there's no physical copies, they can really manipulate this thing from a mainstream and an independent level. Hot chocolate. What is that? Oh, hot chocolate is in Minnesota. Miles is in Lansing, Michigan. Phantom Face. We know where the Phantom Face final is out there in Columbus. Yeah, it ain't cool, man. RJ is in South Africa. Oh, he said I'm South African. Oh, Diaz is in the Netherlands. Vincent, the original God. We know Vincent is in Hawaii. Battlefield is in Baton Rouge. I haven't battle rapped in a long time, Hot Chocolate. Xavier from Salt Lake to ATX. Chris is in South Park, Texas. Tony is in Florida by way of Alabama. Yeah, yeah. What song is that I sampled, Jason? Jimmy is in Sweet Home, Alabama. Walter Wilson, East Waco. Tony says the people got the money taking everything over. Not for long. Zayzel, aka Super, is in New York City. God's Dummy is in Lufkin. Jason Jones, Rochester, Minnesota. Matt Greer, Stephenville, Texas. Kevin Robinson is in Louisville, Kentucky. Michelle says they want nothing tangible because then it can be easily erased. And they won't make all the money off of it because independents did well off of physical copies without them. They didn't touch a dime of independent money on physicals back in the day. See? Okay, I'll check it out, John. Oh, you couldn't find a sample? Hey, man, I'm sorry. Ain't nothing I can do. I can't find it either. I don't know what you talking about, illusions. No. Yeah. Yeah, when I was in the battle game, I was in the battle game. John Mendoza is in Donna, Texas. Out there in the RGB. Well, no, that wasn't an MC8 sample. P, I think 8 used the same sample. We both used the same sample, but I forgot what record that was I got that from. But I remember sampling that. I can't remember who it was, though. Yeah. Lil Joe is in Seguin, Texas. What's up, Joe? What you know? Man. He said, I think it's pretty cool. Willie D is hanging around here. We had a lot of good conversations back. Hanging around where? In the Netherlands? He's in the Netherlands? That's what's up. We'll be traveling though. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Okay, y'all. The clock on the wall says that's all, y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all make it. Go and pour peroxide on my wounds. Pour some scalding alcohol on my wounds. Yeah. When Diaz? You mean the other week when Willie D was in here? Menace Clan, man. Yes, indeed. Menace Clan. All these great groups. There's been so many great rappers that just come through the world, to be born into the world. Y'all know how many rappers it is? If somebody puts you in their top 100, you got to take that as like an extreme compliment. Oh man, well, I'm 99. Do you know how many rappers it is? It's like a trillion rappers. So if you're in the top 100 in anybody's eyes, you can't beat that. What is Produce Max? Man. I'm just seeing some of these comments. Tyler Norton said even Mexico won't allow corn syrup and soda. They use pure cane sugar. Yeah. Wow. I saw Demetrius Russo up in here. Well, that's what it is, y'all. All right, man. Well, let me get out y'all way, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. I want y'all to go and check out the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast. Go watch it tonight if you ain't too sleepy. With the homie Showtime, y'all go check that out tonight. Get you some of this game. I will catch y'all later on. Peace.